guys, so here I am today with a George at Asda clothing haul. My name's Fawn and this is my channel. I try to make it a happy place. I do unboxings, I do hauls, I do some reviews and I do quite a bit of chat. So if you do like it here, please do click subscribe, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. So, George at Asda. I like Asda clothing. Well, I like all the supermarket clothing really, to be fair. I've never really had a complete bust. I can always find a few things I like in any of them that I go to. First up is this cute little shirt. I have worries already because it would appear that it's cropped, which is just not something I do. I will try it, and I think if you are slimmer than I am, don't have a tummy issue, it could look amazing. The fabric is great. The colours, do you see that? It's a much deeper chocolatey brown with the black on it. It's a button through. It has sort of slightly ballooned sleeves with the cuff and button. And I think it's really, really nice. I'm just worried about the length for my body, and that's only £12.50. Next, I took a bit of a punt because this has got something that I generally don't go for. This has got a frill, a high neck, puffy sleeves. I mean, it is a bit outside my comfort zone, but it's black with a little bit of yellow to it. I don't know if that actually came up or not. Can you see? It's cotton, it's great. Again, I'm worried that it's going to be a little bit too short, and I'm worried that this frill will make me look like an American footballer. But I liked it enough to want to try it, and that's the whole point of these hauls, is to try and find the things that I love. That one was £16. Red, ladies. I'm always on the hunt for red now. Red has become something I really like. Now this one isn't cottony, this is a more viscosy feeling. It does have quite a high neck. I don't know if you can see. It's got a collar. Almost, I call them pilgrim collars because it reminds me of what the pilgrims used to wear. Again, so I'm taking a bit of a punt. It's got balloon sleeves that go down to a very nice cuff with a button. It's buttoned through. It doesn't look as though it's going to be massively small, and it actually looks like it might be long enough. It's just whether or no it will work up here. And that one was £16. A check shirt. It's a really thin check shirt. This is like a cottony fabric. It's not fleecy in any way. So it's really thin. It's £14, but I liked the colours. I liked the lightness, although some people have said that I shouldn't wear light colours, that they're not kind to me. But I wanted to try it because I did like, can you see? There's like a tan and a black and a grey and a cream, so it becomes really, really versatile in your wardrobe. As I say, £14, but again, it's not looking particularly long in the body, and with my tummy that could be a huge problem. Another check. How pretty is that? It's red, it's got glitter threads in it. Can you see? I don't know if they're going to come across actually, the glitter threads, but there's glitter threads in it. I would say that's a 3/4 sleeve, maybe full length. Again, it's a cottony fabric. It's thin. It's not a heavyweight in any way, shape or form. And again, I'm worried about the length, but I liked the colour. And hark at me, not only is it red, it's got a bit of gold thread on it. I'm being brave, but only for £14. Last top has that for a colour. It's a mustard. It has, again, this funny collar thing, but this one isn't buttoned through. Again, it's a lovely, light, sort of cottony feeling. I really, really like this, I must admit. It's one of those that's either going to look amazing on me or it's going to look dreadful. But I really, really like the look of it. I thought it was well worth a try. It was actually in the sale, so it was reduced from £12.50 to £8.50. So, and it's a colour that I don't have until I bought this. Now I want to say I've got two more things, but I'm just going to reiterate, I've bought all the tops in 18s because you know button through is an issue for me. I don't know whether it is with George Asda, so they could all be huge. Then again, as we find with Sainsbury's, some might fit and some might not. So the last two things are bottoms. The first is a pair of sort of joggers. They're in this sort of burgundy plummy colour. The fabric is not what I was expecting. It's very thin. Gosh, what would I call that? Yeah, it doesn't feel as nice as I'd like it to. But I'm quite into joggers at the moment. They're high-waisted. They have pockets. They're elasticated. They were for lounging around in, really, more than anything else. But I'm not sure about the fabric, whether that fabric would drive me nuts. They were £14, and of course I bought them in a 16 because that's the size I really am. And last but not least, and I think these are really cute. These are a legging. They're black and brown. I like this little silver, although that might draw attention to my stomach. So I may hate that when I put them on. But looking at them, I like it. Look at the pattern on that. Isn't that nice? Black and brown, so you can wear literally anything with it. £12.50. They're lovely and stretchy, and they are high-waisted. So my only reservation is this, whether that looks badly on me. Does it actually work? Oh my goodness me, it actually works. I've just got to be sure that it's not highlighting my stomach and leaving me looking a fool. But there you go. So lots of pieces from George, and I'm going to try them all on now, and you guys are going to let me know. Here we go, we can have a laugh together. Look at this. It's huge, absolutely huge, and it's so short. I don't know who this is aimed at. I could see this in a size, you know, 8, 10 on a young person, but anyone who's the size that I am is not wanting all of this. I mean, look at that. That's awful. And it's so disappointing because the fabric is, I love that pattern. The colours that they've chosen, you know, brilliant. But, I mean, look at this. It's dreadful, and look at where it's cutting me. I suppose if I was someone that was able to tuck things in, it might work, but I have a suspicion that that would constantly keep coming out because it's only, I mean, I've got high-waisted jeans on. They're well past my belly button. My belly button's about there. I'm showing you all my hideous stomach, never mind. And I could tuck in maybe ½ an inch. I mean, this is a no with bells on. Unfortunately, I was right. My frame is just too big for this type of shoulder and puff sleeve. And you know what? These puff sleeves remind me of the sorts of dresses that my mother used to put me in when I was a little girl. You know, the party dresses where you always had big puff sleeves, very sort of Princess Diana and so on. It's not as bad, the length on this. I mean, if you don't have a stomach issue, it's actually a great length. And as I said, I think if you're a slimmer frame, it would work. But on me, I do feel very sort of, you know, my dad used to say Mitzi Muller. She was a female all-in wrestler. But let me come in and show you the pattern because the pattern is so nice. I hope it's picking it up, that it's got little bits of yellow all through it. So it's not just black and white. It is a bit high in the neck for me as well. But I mean, it's great value and it is a lovely top, just not on my shape. This one's really pretty, but even in 18, I'm pulling. It just makes no sense. And to be honest, even if it fitted, if that wasn't an issue, if we pretend that that is working, there's something too much about it, I think, for me. Everything at the moment seems to have collars and so on, so I sort of wanted to follow that fashion a little bit. But what with the collars and the puffing here, the balloony arms, I'm going to say it again and you're all going to tell me I'm wrong, but I feel like this is the sort of thing you can wear when A, either you're younger, or B, you've got a slimmer frame. I think once you get sort of chutchy like me, if it's too much, it's too much. But I am gutted because the colour, again, and the pattern, I love it. Well, you can see the gaping really badly there when I moved. I love it. I just wish I was 3 sizes smaller in the chest and not quite so broad in the beam. Another one that's cut in that very peculiar way. Really, really short and really, really big. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, if I went down a few sizes, well, I could go down quite a lot of sizes. If I stand this way, I could go down a lot of sizes that way. But surely that would make it even shorter again, and it's too short for me as it is. And again, it's a blinking shame. The fabric is lovely, and I love the colours in it. The cream, the tan, the black. I'm really into check shirts, as you know. Coming in again. I mean, I just think it's great. It needs to be a lot longer and have a bit more shape to it. You know, if it came in just a little bit more. But another bust. I sort of didn't want to put this one on because I knew it would be the same as the others. Much too big, much too short. You know, the same things that I'm saying over and over again. But they are lovely shirts. So I wanted you to see it in this colourway. Because if you are slimmer and you're able to show this bit off, I was thinking it would be quite nice if you had, you know, a long line vest, you know, where you let a bit of the t-shirt hang out the bottom, you know, that very casual kind of look. I mean, you can't be my shape and wear it. And I don't think you can, well, I was going to say I don't think you can be my age. I don't think you can. I think at 52, you know, who wants to do that? Even if you've got a great figure. But if you're younger, it's a really cute shirt. I'm just disappointed because I don't know that the gold thread is showing. It's such a gloomy day here today. I may have to get that flipping ring lighty thing for my tripod, you know. But for the price, if I was young and skinny, I'd probably love it. Well, I've not done very well, have I? What can I say? I like the colour, you know, there's loads of room in it. I feel like I'm wearing sort of a baby doll dress. It's so disappointing, guys. Again, it's got the pretty collar and the... it's not even a question of it being too light for this time of the year, because I think you can wear mustard this time of the year. It's just not working. This... Maybe Asda aims at younger ladies, you know, maybe that's their thing. It's a younger fashion, maybe. And maybe this is just me showing my age that I'm having problems with this. But I mean, all those shirts and blouses and not one. I've done a really, really bad job of shopping. And I thought I'd done so well. I thought I'd picked out some sort of colourful ones, some sensible ones, and I haven't. And I think this is the one that hurts the most. Well, this one and the first, because I really like the fabrics. Well, I've liked the fabrics all the way through, haven't I? So I've just got the 2 bottoms to try, and I'm almost afraid to do it. But here we go. I think it's fair to say that I have had trousers that fitted me worse from Stitch Fix than these. But I've got an issue with the fabric. I know. People are going to be saying she's too hard to please, but I mean, I think they look cute from a distance. I do think they look really, really cute. I think they work well with this t-shirt. If I lift it up, they're lovely and comfortable. They really, really are. They're so, so comfortable. I am really tempted to keep them, but as lounging around in trousers, because what they won't do is keep me warm in any way, shape or form. They are so thin, thin and nylon-y. They feel like a top would feel. They're not even sort of t-shirty, which I was expecting them to be a sort of a t-shirty jersey type fabric. Tons of stretch in them. I mean, totally comfortable. A bit like pyjama bottoms, or, you know, great for lounging around in, but not for going out in. And I can't remember how much they were, but that will tell me whether they're worth keeping for that price. Can't read it from here. I'll have to tell you in the recap. But as I say, I think they're nice. The pockets are good. The crotch is in a sensible place, which is always an issue with baggy things. They are loose in the leg. Maybe a little too loose in the leg. They're borderline mumsy. You really need to zhuzh them up to be able to use them, I think, you know, by wearing a graphic tee. maybe black trainers, a biker jacket or something on top, because they are borderline mumsy. They bring to mind, my nana used to live and die in trousers a bit like this. Do you remember them? They were called slimmer trousers. She had them in just about every colour. And that's what they put me in mind of. But as I say, for wandering around the house, they could be a good buy. Hurrah! We have a winner. I think these are great. I'm going to tell you now, they look terrible over my stomach, but that is my stomach, not the trousers. So if I show you, I'm going to be honest with you girls, show you there, and then you can see. I mean, I've got to do something about this. I've got to figure out a way to get this down a bit. But this is how I would wear them. I wear long shirts and long tops. They tuck into black boots beautifully. They're really comfortable. And I love that they're black and brown. I'm going to turn you down. I'm hoping you can get a really good view of them. They really are nice. They're a lovely fit. They're nice and warm. They're a good length. And if you're slimmer, then for all me, you know, for goodness sake, do show off the zippy bit, which is not quite so good for me. But I think these are staying. These have a place in my wardrobe. I'm so glad we're ending on a high note with one thing out of all of these. I mean, I think you'd agree with me that these shirts just didn't work for me. I have to say the quality seems absolutely fine. The patterns, you know I love them. It's just the cuts. The cuts were not kind to this body, but they could be fabulous on your body. And they're all great prices. I thought about keeping these are the joggers. And I went and asked my husband's opinion. And he said, it's the fabric. And I have nicer things. They're only £14, but I have nicer things that I could wear just for slobbing around in. I want to show you the fabric as close as I can, because I don't want anyone thinking I'm being horrible, but there is something. I've moved to right by the window because I want you to see this fabric. It's just so unlikable. Is that a word? So there we go. I've learned a few things today. One is really with George, I need to see the things, you know, go into the shops, and because I wouldn't have brought a lot of those home if I'd seen the actual length in person, if you follow me. I've also learned that I need a ring light. I'm definitely going to do that. And I need a taller, what do they call it, thingy that you stand it on, because I'm having to adjust. Really, I need one that's up here. So you'd get a much better view of what I'm doing. This is a bit too short, this one. So I'm going to go online and try and do something about that. So that was my Asda haul. Yeah, thank goodness I ended on a high point with those leggings. Just such a shame about the other things. But my bank manager and my wardrobe will be happy. Okay guys, bye.